Before any of the servants had realized it, Battler was standing in the doorway to the kitchen. Battler-sama, please, excuse me. Genji-san and Kaneko stood up surprised and hastily bowed. I didn't care about stuff like that. I wasn't concerned would continue in their discussion. I told them I was going to the bathroom, so they let me go. I thought I suffocated I was locked up in that room any longer. When I was about to come at you for some water, I overheard something pretty interesting. You don't need to bow your heads or anything. Please, let me hear the rest. That just now wasn't really... I've been listening to you for a while. Don't try to hide it now. So ask directly. Who is this Beatrice? She's supposed to be a witch from a kid's story, but it doesn't look like that now. I will give you dots, because bitches love my dots. Kaneko averted his gaze. It was obvious I didn't want to talk about it, which only made me want to ask even more. While making an effort to smile, I grabbed the collar of his shirt. If it were for last night, this would be none of my business. But after this morning, everything's changed. Now that Dad and the rest have been killed, it's totally my business. I have the right to listen to a suspicious story, don't I? Even so, I glared into Kan's eye as he kept trying to look away in apparent pain. Since there was a big difference in our heights, Kan had to stand on his toes and he looked like it hurt a bit. Gee, Bat, wanted to be a bully about it.
Battler-san, please just go with him. It's not like Kan-san really hide anything.
You won't have any problem talking about it, right? It's lonely being out of the loop. Get it? When I tried to further twist up his collar, Jinji-san cut it between us and spoke. There was a slight sense of resignation on his voice. It looked like he didn't plan on hiding anything.
I can talk about it. Canon only hesitated because you might take it badly, Battler-sama.
Hesitating isn't very manly, is it? Keeping it a secret is even more unpleasant. Tell me about it. It's not like we have anything better to do before tomorrow comes. A solid shady story might be the best way to shave off boredom. After Jinji-san and Kaneko looked at each other, they nodded as though they had decided to talk. Understood. Please ask us anything. We will talk. Right, then I'll ask. Who in the world is Beatrice? All I know is that she's the witch who lived in the forest of Rokujima. I've heard that the story that grandmother someone invented to keep people out of the dangerous forest. Is that wrong? No, it isn't wrong. It's as you say. Beatrice is a witch who dwells in the forest of Rokujima.
Battler-sama, I don't believe this all of a sudden, but Beatrice-sama exists. She is a real person, the one who gave the father a vast amount of gold and who has worked by his side for many years.
Huh? Aw, come on. Did you ever find pain to repeat everything he says? I don't think it was a joke. But neither Jinji-san nor Kaneko laughed. Not even Kumasawa Bachan, who was avoiding my eyes, flustered as she started washing the utensils. I've never seen the word utensils. But unfortunately, I was the only one laughing. Painfully. Bitterly. I see. That's why Jinji-chan refused to mention it. If you really mean it, of course I'd take it badly. So you're saying that a person named Beatrice actually exists?
Yes. She was working for the master since before the mansion was built on this island. She has most likely been working for him longer than I have.
What do you know? Kirei-san's theory was off. I thought I really did have a confident called Beatrice. Is that person on this island now? Yes. Oh, shut the fuck up, Sunder. Stop trying to be dramatic over here and this is our yo. I believe that she is here. That's a vague way to say it. I guess that means you haven't seen her face today or yesterday. Yes. It's extremely difficult to say, but... Kaneko once again dropped his gaze, avoiding my eyes. Come on, just don't stop there. That's like freezing an inch before the blow, right? I urged him on jokingly. However, it looked like Kaneko was so confused as to whether he should speak or not. Then Kumasawa Bachan whispered,
You cannot see her face, because Beatrice-sama has no form.
What? She has no... What did you say?
Beatrice-sama has no body. Therefore, unless Beatrice-sama wishes it, common people like us are not able to see her form.
I've heard the reports show that Beatrice-sama looked like when she had human form. Man, it seems like he yearned that figure so much he would have to stand in front of that portrait.
Beatrice-sama sometimes takes her form to glittery butterflies and shows herself. On the rare occasion that you spot them somewhere in the mansion, there is a rule that you absolutely mustn't chase them. It is whispered that you will meet with disaster if you follow them. In fact, there was a servant who broke that rule and quit because of a great injury. Wait a second, are you kidding me? Are y'all serious about this?
Beatrice-sama. Beatrice-sama has already arrived. Such language must be unwise.
Beatrice-sama does not like it when she is profane. If you doubt her existence, you will surely meet with disaster. I'm no expert on the Bible. I'm having vague memories to how this was how God was like in the Old Testament. If you didn't believe in him, he wasn't very nice to you. But I'm not going to talk about religion because I don't care. You can praise what you want. Do whatever you want with your religion. Hey, or you can worship Satan. I really not interested in it. Oh, I don't know what you do to worship. I don't. Now people are like, this is how you worship Satan. Also, like, Genji, dude, the squarest chin in the frickin' world. And he's tanned. Nice tan.
Battleshine, you probably find this story unpleasant, but you know what? Beatrice does exist, okay?
She exists. Beatrice-sama hates people who doubt that.
Don't you understand, Battler-sama? Beatrice-sama has already here. Come on, quit it. You know I'm wicked against this stuff. You're freaking me out. However, there was no shades of joke in the eye of the free servant. On the surface, I laughed and tried to look uncornered, unconcerned, but I was quickly trying to sober off. Her eyes were also sobbing up fast.
Battleshine, I beg you stop profaning Beatrice-sama. Please trust me.
She was all Bachan, who was always cheerful and always teased people, and spoke with a totally straight face. Well, gee, sure you say she exists, but I don't think anything. I don't think she's staying right next to me or something. Quit joking around. See what you do, Maria? You make me cough. Well, she had no eyes. Just then, that unnerving laugh suddenly filled the kitchen. Why, Maria? Why, Maria? We turned around. Maria was standing there by the entrance. Her expression and feeling about her presence felt exactly the same as the servant's.
Whether your wavelength matches or not is determined at birth. Battler, you were born with a mismatched wavelength.
Are you saying that, like, you dropped on the head?
That's why you can't see her, can't meet with her, can't talk to her. You're the type Beatrice hates the most.
Maria's laugh almost sounded insane. It was clearly eerie. It was almost like she was laughing at me because I alone didn't understand.
Do you know about Beatrice? Beatrice is a 1,000-year-old witch. With all the demons at her command, she can harness the power of alchemy to create a philosopher's stone.
Harry Potter?
And a vast quantity of gold. Grandfather bid up the vast wealth of me a family by making a contract with her. Yesterday I read Beatrice's letter, didn't I? That was real. Well, I guess it's pointless for me to try and force you to believe. After all, it looks like you were born with a trace of a sixth sense.
What are you talking about? Witches? Demons? Who told you about that?
I heard it from Beatrice herself.
Maria kept doing that unpleasant laugh. However, the servants who watched over this didn't even blink. She heard it from that witch in the portrait adorning the entrance hall. Maria kept on laughing in a weird voice, as though this was nothing more than less than the truth. Maria, it might be rude to ask, but I'll ask you one more time, okay? Who gave you that letter yesterday?
I got it from Beatrice. How many times must I tell you before you understand? You don't get it, do you? You can't see it, can you? You can't believe it, can you?
Just then, Maria's laughter suddenly stopped.
Battler, you still don't understand? Beatrice-sama exists.
You say you exist, you say, but where?
Like I said, Beatrice-sama exists here.
That's right. Now that I think about it, I've been feeling for some time right now that the others hadn't been looking in quite the right direction. I figured that everyone just was gaining to distance, but it wasn't the case. The four here are Genji-san, Kanon-kun, Kumasawa, and Maria. Everyone except me. Looking at a spot right behind me. Whenever tightly, I slowly look over my shoulder. Of course there wasn't anybody there. I've known that the whole time. However, everyone in the room except me was focusing on that point as if there was someone there.
Beatrice is a great witch of gold who has lived for 1,000 years. But since she can't show her form to humans of wrong wavelength, she can't talk to them. And you know what? That's really sad. It means that she truly despises when people like you, who won't have fragmented ability needed to sense magic, deny that she exists. You're lucky, Battler. Good thing I gave you that charm yesterday, right? Don't you realize what kind of curse Beatrice would have put on you now if you hadn't been carrying it around? You really are lucky, Battler.
Right, that scorpion keyhole.
If it weren't for that, you'd be lying to that door to the sacrifice with your face crushed by now. You're so lucky, Battler.
I see. If it weren't for that, I'd be killed by now.
Battler, why don't you believe in Beatrice, even though she exists? Right now, over here, look. Hey, I'll bet you want to believe it now. Believe it. And thank me for giving you that charm. If it weren't for that, you wouldn't be that storehouse right now. But then maybe you would have been saved someone else in exchange, right?
Pop. Right now, then, I burst into laughter. Playing Wish has been pretty fun up till a second ago, but unfortunately that last one seems to be a bit too much for me to gloss over. It's all useless, isn't it, Maria? If that's true, then I'm sorry, but it's all useless. Maria saw me suddenly started laughing. She stopped. Even though she didn't understand what I was laughing at, she realized it wasn't pleasant. It wouldn't be pleasant for her. I thought it might hurt you, so I didn't say it earlier, but... although I put that charm, you gave it to me in my pocket, I must have dropped somewhere, you see? That means the charm can't be the only reason I'm alive now, and I'm perfectly... even though I should have been cursed by the witch, I'm perfectly fine. Sorry, I don't believe in things I don't see with my own eyes. Sixth sense? Wavelengths? Magic sensitivity? Sorry, I don't believe in that fake stuff like that. When you're the girl in the class start talking about how good or bad their ability sense into supernatural is, it pisses me off. I don't know how much grandfather's paying you. If you're trying to talk me into it and join some cult, believe me, you won't be able to do that so easily. Battler-sama. You guys are free to believe whatever you want. However, when it comes to things I believe, I am always the one who decides. Sorry, but I can't believe anything is stated as Beatrice. I've seen it with my own eyes. I spoke forcefully and sharply. When I did, Maria started cackling again. Oh, shut up, Maria.
Well, that's just fine, isn't it? Eventually, when people like you are totally mismatched wavelength will see Beatrice, very soon she will revive. Beatrice will revive. Once that happens, she promised to talk with me and play with me a lot. That's absolutely no need to doubt or force you to believe. She will appear very soon.
You're like that person who tried to force religion down somebody's throat, and I'm like, I don't like that. It's not cool. It's still freaking raining, but then again, when was it not going to be raining in this game? Some people usually head to the bathroom after a meal. Others prefer to take a short nap. It seems that several people have gone out of the parlor, just like I did when I went to the kitchen to drink some water. And Natsuji's order to keep everyone packed in the parlor, that no one be left alone, and no one leave the parlor had to withdraw, however reluctantly. In any case, if 11 people are set up in the same room starting early in the morning, the air will start to get stagnant. And after little time has passed, everyone started to recover from the shock of that warning. Maybe their sense of danger was waking over time. However, a certain fact that 6 people have been killed inside this mansion, so no one was completely negligent. So when they went out to the hallway for a breath of fresh air, trying to act tough, they would quickly get scared of staying there, isolated, and eventually turn to the parlor. I guess like the north wind, the sun. If you force someone to stay shut in, they'll resist, but if you tell them to do whatever they want, they'll come back obediently. People sure are hypocrites. When servants finished cleaning up the meal, they returned obediently to the parlor just as Natsushio Basan has told them, and sat in the sofa near the entrance, patiently waiting orders. What the frick is with her face? Maria is playing as though she suddenly finished playing witches. I turned to the pure Maria I know well, saying ooh, ooh. What in the world was that back there? I hadn't even felt an atom of the presence of this person called Beatrice suddenly staying behind me invisible. Whatever it felt like, inside of Maria, I catch a glimpse of little of that presence.
You're right. When Maria started talking about witches, she changes. Malraccoon, you also saw it down at the beach yesterday, right?
You mean that scorpion key holder? No, I didn't like when her feelings were hurt. I'm talking about when she looked like she had a dual personality. Ah, that's something that happens sometimes. Just like when Maria started talking about the magic circles, it just happens sometimes. It's freaky though. According to Jessica, it seems she inspired the Kihi laughing Maria a few times. That was just bad time. Furthermore, the first time I'd seen it, so it really shocked me. So what is that? Does Maria have a dual personality or something? Are you saying that she has a spiritual sense really is that strong and she's been possessed by it?
No, I don't think it's that. However, you haven't experienced it, haven't you? When you were small, didn't you have someone other than yourself who you wanted to be?
Right when humans are born, no one has any individuality. Even so, when they reach their growth period, their sense of self starts to be born. They start to gain a sense of individuality. They want to be different from other people. That doesn't mean that they will find that they're different from the others in their classes. Since they are learning they learn the same thing in school and force the same lifestyle. And realize that they start off breaking the rules in what's called the rebellious age. Since everyone follows the rules, they want to show off their individuality by breaking them. And people call their behavior childish to make fun of it. Or realize that are just a cute kid searching for themselves when they look at it this way. Well, I'm lecturing about this like when I'm so smart, but I actually got second hand from George Anarchy. I myself was one of those embarrassing guys that thought I was cool to act like a little bastard. Well, that was when I was an Aiden when you were trying where you try standing out for the opposite sex.
Meow chicka bow wow.
The point of the growing period is that people try to separate themselves from being a kid. The same info that chick trying to crack the shell out of their egg. You know what the difference between a child and an adult is?
Age? Or the ignition of their body?
No, it's experience. Adults can look down on children because children have very little life experience. The reason they don't look down on children where they say anything is because children don't know anything about the world.
Yeah, I understand that. When you were a kid, you try to say things that, like, you got life all figured out, and try to act like an adult. No matter what a kid said, that was ignoring all be doing because they're too naive, or because they don't understand when they grow up or something. Well, it's probably true, but to a kid, it's just annoying, like you're being looked down upon. I get it. It's about whether they have knowledge and experience. Of course, age isn't something to respect if a person just wasted their lives.
And therefore, during the period when they try to separate themselves from other children, they also try to take on a personality different from them around them. If once separate kids and adults acknowledge and experience, then
I get it. If they know something that no one else knows, it's because it becomes part of their identity. You know, when I was in elementary school, I learned things no one else knew. Get things no one else had and wear things no one else wore, and became a bit of a hero for it. I'll bet you have done that same thing, Battler. Yeah, that was definitely native when I wanted to excel in something. I see. That was because I was trying to separate myself from being a child, my growing period.
if you look at it in a good way, the growing period by forcing you to separate yourself from others pushes you to gain skills and knowledge that no one else has. There's also injury from a psychological standpoint. Because people ain't being like everyone else, they try to learn their skills that other people don't know. In this way, society can acquire the broad range of skills it needs to survive. Quantity of the gods program is truly surprising.
No, individuality personalities can also be negative, right? Like when everyone else in this class is studying hard and I'm just slacking off, it sticks out. Actually, I've been like that. Only recently, I finally was saying to that middle school teacher who slapped me after school. But, well, I tried to jump over saying that no one else could. Sprint as fast as I could, trying to lap those guys with good grades when we did a marathon. I just felt good like doing it. It was like in my nature that if I couldn't study well, then at least I could get back into my exercising. I get it. I really went all out during my growing period. After all, boys tend to focus more on physical things. Girls at the same age tend to focus more on emotional things. I bet there are groups of girls in your class that are really interested in fortune telling in their spiritual sense. Yeah, there was. What are you, Rena? They came over asking me for my sign and blood type, and then I thought so. Giggle, giggle. It really got on my nerves. No matter which class you go to, girls like fortune telling. Deciding whether your spirit sense was strong or weak, what your sensitivity was, whether you could see something that couldn't be seen. That kind of stuff definitely happened.
Something of the fortune telling spiritual sense are things that aren't taught in school. The girls who like guys who are more introverted. That's a genre which is easy to build an identity upon, and they can find very interesting.
It's like when boys enter their growing period and start acting tough and rebel against adults. When girls enter their growing period, they start getting interested in what kind of things. Well, I didn't though. So Maria having so much interest in the occult that isn't rare amongst kids her age. Even though I accept that, I want to explain that creepy dual personality thing. Well, I think I can accept it vaguely.
And you said that becoming an adult means gathering knowledge and experience. We have to teach kids various things so that they can gain knowledge and truly awaken. A child's world, both now and the past, grows rapidly, and there's some delusions are convenient during that time. Do you understand?
You see it all the time in manga and anime. Aw, yeah. It's kind of like that. Like memories from an XXIII are revealed. Like someone's possessed by soul of a great something or whatever. Also like a sleeping gene that awakens, or maybe a sealed power or memory returns. There's a lot of that. For some reason, those kind of things are really popular at that age. Why is that?
On the example you've just mentioned on illusion that children can add their knowledge and experience immediately. A 9-year-old says that she has a 1,000-year-old witch possessing her. Because of saying that, she gained the 1,009-year identity.
So what you're saying is studying is annoying. But the people who want to learn different things from everyone else and brag about it and get attention from it, it's a convenient delusion. So she could brag about something without knowing how to work hard or study. I see, isn't that a kid's greatest dream?
Furthermore, their eyes separating themselves from being kids. They always project an image of their ideal imagination. Imagination. It's not rare for an image of their desire to become an alternate personality. Even you, Battler, I'm sure your character's a little different from at home and at school, right? You probably be berries if you at school, like how you were at home. At school, you try to protect yourself as you want to, but at home is where you are your true self.
So, in other words, I'm changing my character for different situations. Are you trying to say that having multiple personalities is actually very common? A girl with a family cult might think she's being possessed and then reawakened. Honestly, there are some kids who suddenly change their personalities. Even boys, right? Guys who just blow their top and suddenly become violent. I bet that they think it's really cool, but it's painful to watch. So let's sum this all up. Girls about Maria's age, even if they show a creepy second personality like she did a minute ago, you're saying that's not such a rare thing?
They bring out some.
Wait, you're saying that girls having these creepy personalities about evil witches that will kill and eat people is not rare? Is that what you're saying, George? Because I know it's a smart one, but I'm pretty sure that's still weird.